What is happening? It's another Nintendo Powercast Mini. I got Crawler here with me. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Carl coming at you.
And we got Goldeneye achievements on the screen right now. Wario64 tweeted Goldeneye achievements viewable on Xbox's website. Now, if you click that link, they're no longer there. But this pretty much guarantees that we're going to at least see a Goldeneye remake on the Xbox, but this isn't an Xbox show. This is a Nintendo show. So what are the chances, Mr. Nightcrawler, that we see Goldeneye hit the Switch?
I mean, I guess the question is, does Activision still own? Who owns it? I mean, because whoever owns it, I think would want to put it out as many places as possible. I have, where is it? I have it right here. Like, can I play it with this?
I just grabbed mine as well. I just grabbed my 64 controller as well.
Yeah, the 64 controller is, I mean...
And look, pro tips, you guys. If this game hits the Switch and you have this controller, all you got to do is transfer your just move your hands instead of playing it like you would, the old school way. Just move over. Now you can play GoldenEye exactly how you would as a modern shooter. It works fantastic. So highly recommend getting to play it with the 64 controller if it happens. But is it going to happen? What's kind of cool is we can see from the images of the achievements, some of the graphics is a little bit of a HD-esque remake, right? Like it's not like, I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Perfect Dark on the 360 / Xbox One. Like it's still available, where it was like, looks like a polished 64 game.
Yeah, I mean, so if it's that, then the Switch is more than capable, and if it's a third party publishing it, then I think the potential is for it to be on everything. Why not? Like, put it on Switch, put it on Xbox Series, Xbox One, and why not place people have moved to different consoles from the history of when the game came out in, was it 98? Did it come out in 98?
I want to say it was even 97, perhaps, but I'll double check real quick because I like knowing that stuff. But
but I mean, everyone's kind of found
97
where they want to be. So I mean, this is like a. And how cool would it be if there could be if there's the ability to have online multiplayer, and if it could have crossplay like that?
I don't want to play multiplayer with my N64 controller against people on an elite Xbox Elite controller.
True.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, but
as long as Temple slows way down with explosions again, and we get 4 frames a second.
4 frames, yeah, okay, all right. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. I like that.
Make it accurate.
I like that. The real question on my mind, and we've kind of talked about this on the Nintendo Powercast, is this game going to be a retail release or a Nintendo Switch Online? I lean towards it being a retail release, so Xbox gets their bag from this, as well as Nintendo. And I don't see how I don't know how the licensing would work to keep it on Nintendo Switch Online for a long period of time. This also opens up the door. I do believe that Xbox will play nice with Nintendo and put Perfect Dark on Nintendo Switch Online, just like they did with Banjo-Kazooie. I'm fairly certain we see that happen.
There's the potential that Rare Replay, I mean, we've called for that to come out in its full. Maybe it just eventually gets just piecemealed out slowly but surely. I mean, not all those titles are going to sell well or do well, but like there could be some they could pick and choose. Get Battletoads out there, get
RC Pro-Am.
Yeah, RC Pro-Am. I mean, there's a few in there hidden.
Absolutely.
Did they do? Is Blast Corps on there?
Yep, it is. It's a 64.
So, I mean, there's some stuff that, like, if they can find a way to play nice, and maybe some of that Nintendo 64 online stuff, if they can find a they've worked out royalties with Sega for stuff, so maybe they pay their royalties and get some of that stuff that is classically on on 64 that now is owned by Xbox. Like Jet Force Gemini is owned by Xbox, but that's a 64 game. Like some of those classic, I don't know how well classically received Jet Force Gemini is, but like uh, there's some titles out there that are synonymous with the 64 that now are owned by Xbox. So they've been playing nice, so maybe they can play a little bit nicer and share the wallet. But we know Nintendo doesn't like to share their money that much.
Yeah, but there's something going on because we're seeing Banjo-Kazooie and games like that heading over to Nintendo Switch Online. So some deals are being made somewhere. And you got to remember, Rare and Nintendo and Xbox have played nice together for quite some time, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they Diddy Kong Racing on the DS, Viva Pinata on the DS, right? So this isn't something entirely new. So I'm leaning towards a retail release of GoldenEye hitting the Switch, probably being announced at
Golden Pro controller, do it.
oh my gosh, yes, please.
I still have my Golden Pro Wii controller somewhere.
Yeah, that would be amazing if they did the oh, and that would be such a great way for Nintendo to kind of double dip
Yeah, they
on
get their
this and
money for
do
a hardware sale.
they get the hardware sale on top of that software. Like it's such a great now the question is, does this game get announced for Switch at the Xbox
That would be
presentation on
interesting.
Sunday?
Have we had any kind of Switch announcement at anybody else's? I mean, Ubisoft has done their own presentation and had some stuff, but I don't know if we've had anything at a different show. I mean, that would be interesting. I was hopeful that it's the 7th. I'm still ready to die on the hill, I guess, that the 14th could potentially be the day of Switch online, or the direct for quote unquote E3. That's not happening, but I don't know. We got what IGN Summer Games starting tomorrow or Thursday, something like that, and then Xbox show is on Sunday, and then they announced today, I think, a follow up with more in depth stuff
Right,
on
correct.
Tuesday. So
Yes.
that could potentially eat into what I think would be the Nintendo Day, because they traditionally do Tuesdays. But maybe we'll see stuff the following Tuesday on the 21st. But they what last year, was it last year or the year before last, when they had some Treehouse stuff to show? They were just doing it out of a studio at Redmond, and they had rooms set up, and they had people playing the games that they wanted to show off. So it's less of the vibe at E3 outside kind of playing games, but more just in their office playing stuff, what they wanted to show. But I don't know. That would be this potentially, if it is a digital drop and then they maybe do a retail release. Retail releases are hard to do and out now, but if they can have something ready by July or August, I mean, that could potentially come out pretty rapidly if it's there and ready. And maybe it comes out first on Xbox and then it gets released on other platforms later.
Which, I mean, more than likely it's guaranteed to be Game Pass, right? And then coming to Switch and maybe even PlayStation. I don't know. Does PlayStation even do PlayStation fans care about playing GoldenEye on their systems? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
It's hard to say. So
I mean, a lot of those gamers hopefully got their start somewhere, and GoldenEye has been historically what helped make a big jump from first person shooters being computer only to being a console title, and becoming a staple on consoles. So if you appreciate the genre, then it's good to know its history, and this game is a big part of video game history and FPS history in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. Of course, you can hit us up in the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord, if you'd like to keep this conversation going. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.